Good morning, welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Let's talk wellness, finance, and growth. What's up, guys? Mr. Fit to Flourish, and today I wanted to talk about stocks and coffee. What's going to happen in the markets this week, the week of April 14th. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's share the screen. So stocks and coffee, we do this in our Discord every week on Sunday, 11 a.m. So myself and K5, we run this and pretty much go through what's gonna be happening in the upcoming markets and what to expect. So we share that with you here on YouTube as well. So the first thing we like to start with is a quote, and the quote is, "You were born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win." So this is one of the biggest things that I talk about in my Corvette Talk series, is basically here on YouTube, is basically having conviction that you're going to win, okay? And just knowing that you're inevitably going to win, and you're going to continue to take the steps to win if you believe you're going to win. So you have to believe it, all right? We have the best team in the world. So again, free 3-day trial for the Discord in the link below if you want to closely follow our $500 account challenge. So we took the $500 account to $7,000 in two and a half weeks. And now we're going to take it from 7K and just kind of 10X, just like we did the 500. We basically 10X to 500. Now we're going to 10X to 7K, and then we're going to 10X to 70K, and then we're going to we're going to do a ton of giveaways too. So be on the lookout. Anyways, we have a ton of resources in the Discord. We had master classes back-to-back weeks. This week we had some really, really good plays. We kind of killed IWM. Okay, IWM puts every day, and then IWM calls towards the end of the week. We took QQQ calls. NVIDIA shares, we told everyone to pick up at that $80 level. Very good area to pick up. Now it's up over 30% on a share is crazy. Okay, but there's a lot of volatility right now, so a lot of opportunity. All right, again, 3 free day trial to the Discord, link below. You could follow our $500 growth account. I'm documenting it every day on YouTube, and then we're doing a yacht mastermind mixer for that's just for the Discord people. All right, and then a couple people performed really well. We had one person in our Discord hit 90K this week, or make 90K this week. A couple other people in the Discord making 11K in 10 minutes, 5K. You've seen my trades. A ton of people just making a lot of money. So anyways, in terms of earnings this week, we had JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo report earnings. So in company news, these companies first quarter topped bottom in line and surpassed Wall Street's estimates. But Wells Fargo exceeded earnings, but their shares were down, while Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan shares were up. CarMax, what happened with CarMax? So CarMax had a slight miss on EPS, and it was in line with revenue, with their revenue, beat revenue by just $3 million. Not too big for that large of a company, but CarMax stock sank after earnings. It dropped 20% in one day. This is crazy, because they pretty much said, hey, these tariffs could drive used car prices higher, which is going to cause less sales. Okay, no way, no. Anyways, economic data. So we have mixed data still. Initial jobless claims this week came in line. Core CPI and PPI were lower than expected. But there was a lot of different things going on in the markets this week. And that's kind of what we want to talk about. It was the end of Q1 about a week ago. Okay, anyways, it was the end of Q1. And the aggressive selling was continuing into Monday, okay? Aggressive selling was continuing. We got some fake news on Monday, okay? So fake tariff news Monday, which was denied by the White House. Now, a lot of people are saying that the news was real, but the White House had to deny it in order to allow politicians to position themselves for the trade. Okay, and then you saw that big money loaded up for these trades that happened on Wednesday. It actually came back on Wednesday, and we had this black swan event where we had the biggest gains in stock market history. So we had this black swan event on Wednesday where the market was still falling, everything was still looking bad, tariffs are ridiculous, and all of a sudden we get this 90-day pause. Trump pauses tariffs for 90 days, and then right after denying it. So that's actually really crazy. No one's talking about this. No one's gonna talk about this because just like Goodfellas, you'll get whacked if you talk about this, okay? Because when it comes to big money like this, like There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, big money is going to get big money and continue to get big money. All you can do as a retail trader, investor is, hey, make sure you position yourself as well to at least be in the rooms with people or learn how to trade with people and just be ready for some of these opportunities because it was pretty crazy. And then on Friday, a whale sold $2 million worth of Tesla puts. So somebody knew something, okay? Not only that, but there was a whale purchased $6 million worth of Apple calls. So someone also knew something about this. So what happened with these tariffs? So Trump released tariffs, but he decreased tariffs across the board to 10%. With this 90-day delay, China, however, is doing these back and forth retaliatory tariffs. China and the U.S. right now are not friends. Okay, China on Friday raised its tariffs on U.S. imports to 125%. This is absolutely insane. Okay, in response, it's literally like they're just playing around. Like it's pretty crazy. It's funny, but people are getting scared. All you have to know is tariffs are not, like, short term, are not going to be good, especially for the markets. But with the pause, that's good. Okay, with the pause, it's good. And guess what? Guess what else is going on? So the U.S. published today, Saturday, April 12th. The U.S. published tariff exclusions for specified products, which includes smartphones, computers. So I'm telling you, someone knew something on Friday. Okay, someone knew something and positioned themselves. Again, these politicians. A lot of these trades in the stock market is extremely corrupt, which is what makes it kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, pay attention to that. So tariff exclusions apply to so-called reciprocal tariffs as well. So yeah, basically, delay on tariffs. So we're going to see on Monday, April 14th, we're going to see the stock market boom. And Bitcoin already made a big rip to the upside today. Let me see what Bitcoin is currently at. So Bitcoin was at 80K on Friday. Today, Bitcoin is up to $84,000. Okay, so Bitcoin is another thermometer for the market that I always say you guys need to pay attention to. NVIDIA and Bitcoin will tell you where big money is putting their money. Okay, if Bitcoin and NVIDIA is going up, the markets are going to go up. If they're going down, the markets are coming down. Just keep it simple. Anyways, so yeah, there was a Bitcoin sell-off early in the week, all the way down to 70K. Bitcoin is now at 84K, 20% in a couple of days. Freaking absolutely insane. Okay, but it was diverging from the market trend, and then a couple weeks ago, and then all of a sudden, Bitcoin the sell-off started to ensue. All right, and MSTR was in trouble because their average cost for Bitcoin in January, they bought 80,000 Bitcoin at 95K, and they were down bad. $5.1 billion of losses in Q1, which is going to be reported in their earnings. Okay, so keep that in mind. We were in this extreme fear mode. Currently, year-to-date performance, S&P down 8%, Dow down 5%, NASDAQ down 13%, small caps are down 20%. Understand that these things can rally dramatically, especially being down so bad. We've just seen a lot of these stocks hit levels and ETFs hit levels that we haven't seen since like 2018, 2019, 2020. So these are levels we haven't seen in 5 to 7 years. So big downside moves like this cause a lot of order imbalance, which means that we can move up really, really quickly. All right. So this week in the markets, I think actually in terms of earnings, we're going to have Netflix on Thursday after hours, TSMC before, ASML. So some of these chips, a couple banks, Bank of America, United Airlines. So some of these are going to be having earnings. So be on the lookout for them. And then the big economic data this week. Oh dang, I didn't put the economic data in here. All right, let me put it in here for y'all. But economic data this week, there's just going to be jobless claims on Thursday. Honestly, it's going to be pretty much the only thing to kind of pay attention to. So let me share this tab for you guys. So Monday, just have some Fed speakers, and then Tuesday, import price index, nothing crazy there. U.S. retail sales on Wednesday. Again, nothing too crazy here. And then Thursday, we have jobless claims. Friday, yeah, just a Fed speaker. So really no data incoming this week, except it is the start of earnings season all over again. So jobless claims Thursday is really the main thing that we kind of want to pay attention to. Potential long-term additions. I like I like PLTR down at those low levels. I mean, I don't share this stuff on YouTube. I do talk about it in like private settings, but I mean, yeah, PLTR Nvidia for long-term additions at those lows, like it's a no-brainer. And then in terms of the watch list, IWM again this week, we're gonna attack IWM pretty hard. SPY and QQQ, their option contract prices have been overpriced due to the VIX spiking. And then Amazon, Schlamazon was at lows that we really haven't seen in like 10 years. So I'm actually, let me put Amazon up here too. Pretty easy money reads right there. And then Nvidia, Schmidia for sure. And also Meta it was down like 40% from highs. It was at like 718, almost $800. And then all of a sudden it's down to $400. It's kind of weird. So Meta is oversold here. Looking to do something crazy with Meta as well. Right, so yeah, just kind of wanted to show, hey, in the beginning, this was that $500 account challenge, and then now we're up to 7K. So good stuff. Anyways, it's your boy, Mr. Fit to Flourish. In the week this week, expect stocks to continue back to the upside, and then we could see potentially a pullback. But right now, it looks short term. It looks overall bullish. Long term, we're still in this major downtrend, still bearish. But we do have a lot of room to recover still before we would have to continue this downtrend. So short term, we're going to see this upside move. Be ready for that, especially Monday with this good news coming in. People like to buy, so the markets will be trying to make a move up. Anyways, it's your boy, Mr. Fit to Flourish, and I'm out.